Hi to everyone. Today, let us discuss about Bihar election and the lessons we have to learn. The anxiety and tension of the election being over. Let us discuss about the pros and cons and the lessons we have to learn from that election, the Bihar election. The first lesson from Bihar election, as I evaluate, is that the lion of Bihar, Nitish Kumar, became a toothless tiger. In what way? Now the majority of MLAs are with the BJP, thanks to the role played by Chirag Paswan. Now, Nitish Kumar got only few MLAs. So he has become an obedient servant of the center. I say dependent chief minister. For each and everything he has to depend. In a way, his chief ministership is a gift or a mercy from the part of the BJP and our Modi government. It is humorous to remember that the first NDA government, Nitish Kumar asked Narendra Modi not to come to Bihar for campaign. What a change now it has become. Is it not so? That is the first lesson we can take from Bihar election. Second one, our Ramvilas Paswan. He was a permanent cabinet minister in the central government. Permanent in the sense that when Congress government ruled also, he was the cabinet minister. Of course, he played some vote buying politics everywhere. And Chirag Paswan became a zero after the election. Third lesson. Though popular support was for RJD, at the end, BJP was able to amass enough number of seats to continue the rule in Bihar. In what way? Let us think of that. In what way? There was communal polarization. Of course, BJP played the same communal card in other states also. Say UP. And some other states also they played and was successful too. Yes, there was communal polarization. Really. The upper caste joined hands. Of course, there is a role played by Muslim minority leader. You know it. Okay. And secular forces joined hands under Marxist party, etc. But really there was communal polarization. There was really communal polarization. That is the third lesson we have to learn from Bihar election. But really I was shocked when the Prime Minister came and announced that it is a victory of democracy. I was really shocked, not by the election result, but by the announcement of the Prime Minister that it is a victory of democracy. I cannot believe that he does not know the meaning of democracy. Democracy means rule of the people, all the people. Nobody has ever said it is a rule of the majority or rule of the majority community. You should take into consideration all the people and take them together. That did not happen in Bihar. Undemocratic means it was in such a way that election was won. Now I remember an MP from New Zealand few months before I watched her speech in News and Parliament. Priyanka Radhakrishnan. Have you heard of her? She was an Indian origin. Born in India, brought up in Singapore. And she began her first speech in Malayalam. And she proudly announced that her mother tongue is Malayalam. Yes, really. I felt happy that someone in New Zealand announcing that, a MB in New Zealand announcing that her mother tongue is Malayalam. See, a lady born in India, brought up in Singapore, becoming an MP in New Zealand Parliament. Because the people there are tolerant. There is tolerance. There is no intolerance there. There is no intolerance there. People can understand. They don't judge people by their color, language, creed, or anything of that kind. And you know who is the Vice President of America? Not Vice President, but a Vice President elect, who is going to become the Vice President in few months. The month of January it is. America. She is also an Indian origin. People can understand. They don't discriminate in the name of anything like religion, caste, creed, language, etc. and etc. There is equality there. But do we have that equality here in India? That's my question. That's what I want to ask you. Do we feel that equality in India? Under this BJP rule? We don't feel that. We don't feel that. People are discriminated. See, few months before, the government of India passed an act. What is that? Citizenship Amendment Act of 2019. It was passed by the government of India, by which illegal migrants from Pakistan, Bangladesh and Afghanistan can be given citizenship if they are not Muslims. Of course, people belonging to Hindus, Christians, Parsis, etc. will be given, and Muslims will not be given. For the first time in the history of India, in 73 years, that religion has become a criteria for giving citizenship. Is it justice? Do you agree with that? What logic is that? Such a great nation, the largest democracy in the world, is discriminating people in the name of religion. You might have read in the newspapers that act, Citizenship Amendment Act of 2019. Still the Prime Minister says victory of democracy. We can laugh. That's all. Laugh at. That's all. See, he cannot guarantee that equality and tolerance. Once upon a time, India was a symbol of non-violence, tolerance, etc. and etc. Those great ideals of founding fathers of this nation is gone forever. No more Gandhian principles followed here. That's a pity. That's what I want to highlight today. Many discriminations in many places it is going on. So we have to rethink and reinvent ourselves and learn lessons from the West. Many developed nations, how do they deal with such kind of situations? Are we democratic? I don't feel so. Our democracy has become a false democracy, not a real one. What I want to emphasize is that we have to reinvent ourselves. Yes, like Martin Luther King, I would say, I have a dream where my children are judged not by the name of their religion, but by the content of their character. Yes, in this great nation, people are should be judged not by the name of the religion or any such criteria, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today. I hope the government and the majority party will realize and reinvent themselves to make India a new nation. Thank you.